Hello and welcome back to another Minecraft video with Rocket Dog Gaming. Today we will be learning how to use floor crafting with command blocks. Da-da-da-da. Now you may know what floor crafting is, and if you don't, that's okay. You might have seen some YouTubers such as log.zip making floor crafting. And so floor crafting is basically using command blocks to craft. Oh, it didn't work. On the floor. See? You can code so that lapis and white wool together make blue wool. And today, I'm going to be showing you how to do that. Now, this structure, this big sign that is floor crafting with all the little boxes underneath that have all the levers and stuff, these are activating the command blocks. So say I don't want this to work, I just have to turn that off. And it probably, hopefully, shouldn't work. Oh, it does. That's probably because I have the same code in another command block and I haven't edited it yet. But until then, that still works on or off. Now, as you can see, we have a bunch of different wool colors. And let's go see how this code works. And actually, this command blocks are right behind it, which is convenient. And I've already coded some of them, and some of them I have not. And for the ones I have not, we are going to go through that together, and I will be teaching you how to code this floor crafting. Now, I've gone ahead and created some shulker boxes that have all of the chain commands we're going to need. So, floor crafting 2, 3, and that basically sets up a template that's that uses the original code for the lapis blue wool, which is why it didn't work earlier. It uses a template to set up this, and let's just go through real quick and see what there is. So it starts with a scoreboard, and that allows for players, and it tags them, which means that gives them a tag that allows you to execute it later when the time comes. And it also works for items, which in this case, it is happening. And you give them the tag of lapis, or in this case, lime dye, because this is green. And so then you do some curly brackets, and say item, and then you give the item ID. And you can find that, okay, you can find that by doing options, video settings, other, and advanced tooltips, and set it to on. If you don't have Optifine, then you might have to search a little harder to find this, but with Optifine, then that's where you would find it. Anyway, I already set up some signs with the color of wool and some basic stuff, such as the wool damage and dye damage, which I'll get into later, and the tag for the wool and the tag for the dye. Okay, now let's go back into it. So you see here, it says Minecraft. It says here, it says Minecraft. Okay, it doesn't show it there. But with advanced tooltips on, if you just go to lime dye, if you look it up, pick it up. If you see right here, on the bottom of the name, it says Minecraft dye in gray text. That is the ID, okay? And in the little numbers next to lime dye, you know how it says hashtag 0351/10? The /10 is the damage, and that's what you want. That's how you specify what dye it is. So let's go back in here and see how it says Minecraft dye. Okay, we already got that because lapis is considered a dye. We have the damage of 4, which we don't want. That is lapis's damage, okay? And we don't want this to work for lapis. We want it to work for lime dye. And so we set the damage to 10, because that's what it says up there on the sign I made already. And we count, so you do count 1B. And that just makes it so when you have one of these items on the ground in one white wool, then it'll actually create it. And also, when you're done with that, you want to put one of those to finish the curly brackets, and then put a comma on ground 1b, and that just makes sure that it's on the ground when you do the crafting. Okay, now let's look at the next one. So it's basically the same thing as the first one. You create the tag with the item and the wool. And if you want to write this down in a command block or something, just pause the video right now and go ahead. So I'll go through this and just show you the full thing. And so you have everything back there that you know of. You might want to do that. So see here, it's add wool. This you don't really need to change because the template already makes it for you. And the add wool allows you to have a tag for the wool, the white wool. And the damage of white wool, out of all the other colors of wool, is 0s. So write that down. And you need also 1b. If you want to have, say, 8 white wool and then 1 lapis makes 8 blue wool or something like that, then you can just change that to 8, and then change how many items you create later on, but let's just leave it at 1 for simplicity now. And then also you want to put on ground 1b again. Alright, next. This one is where you are going to be using some /execute commands. If you're new to this, then I'm just going to explain a little of what it does. So as I was talking about earlier, there are execution commands, like say you have someone that has the tag of lapis for this instance. You're going to want to execute that command, and to execute it, somebody like you, say you have someone with a tag of lapis, an item with a tag of lapis. That allows you to, when you do a /execute, it allows you to do anything to that item, like change it, destroy it, duplicate it, give it like certain enchantments, stuff like that. So if an item has a tag of lapis or the wool, you're gonna write this code. So it's /execute @e rectangle bracket tag equals lapis rectangle bracket, and then you use space this little curly dash, and that's the XY coordinates. But if you do that, then it just sets it to where it is. So that's an automatic thing. And then you do the same thing with wool, but at the end of the tag, you're going to do comma r equals 1, and that just sets the radius of how many blocks you have to be within to create this block. So if you throw a lapis 2 blocks away and a white wool another block away, they're not going to connect because they're not in a radius of 1. But if you set this to like something such as 14, they would go together if they were close within a radius of 14 blocks. Okay, now you're going to do /summon item, and then the curly dash, and then you want to set the item ID. So this, in this case, is wool, because you're going to be summoning some lime wool. Copy this like from before, and then the damage is not going to be 11s. That is for lapis. Let's just see what the damage will be. So in this case, the die damage is 10, so that's useful to know. You're going to want to go to damage, set it to 10, and then set the count to 1b. If you wanted it to be the 8 wool, 1 lapis, or 1 die like before, you can just set this to 8 real quick. But again, we're going to, for simplicity, just use 1. And then what you want to do is also, after you close off the curly brackets, you do a comma after the first one that says tags with a capital T, colon, rectangle bracket, and then you want to write kill item in apostrophes, and then close off the brackets over here. Alright. Now we are going to look at these. These commands, they cover killing the items. So far, how it works is, here, why don't I demonstrate? How it works is, if you have white wool and lime dye, and you throw them together, It doesn't work right now because we haven't done these commands. But if you do have those, and it's because it's not on. 1 second. Okay, yeah. So if you have lime dye, and this could just because they're unconditional or unconditional. Yep. So basically, also what you want to remember is to set all of these to conditional. That means they require the one before them to be be true. If they're not true, then it will complete the command. And also, yeah, this has to be on needs redstone if you want to have levers controlling it. But if you want it to be on always, just set it to always active right here. So I'm going to set it to needs redstone. And as you can see, they keep saying this. Also, if you do this and it does something like, 1 second. If you have this happening where it says it gives and the wool added when you drop the wool, that is because the command block is giving an output and it's putting that into the chat. And so there's a game rule for this. If you don't know what a game rule is, it's basically something that can modify your world a little bit without like not like mod wise, but like how the properties of it are. So there's game rules such as keep inventory, and that helps when you die and you keep your inventory. But in this particular case, we're going to be using command block output. And then you're going to see if, okay, right now it's true for me. I want this to be false. So do game rule command block output false. And now when you throw it onto the ground, see, there's no more nothing, okay? And so right now, let's talk about this one. So we have another /execute, then we do an @e tag equals kill item, and before, you know how we added this kill item tag right here? That means it gave the wool and the lapis the kill item command, or at least it gave one of them. And basically what that does is it kills the wool within a radius of 1 and a count of 1. And if this one, oh yeah, right, it's in the next command block. So basically you execute this and do an @e tag equals kill item. And that means if there's any items that have the tag of kill item, which we set before, it'll kill them, basically destroying them. Which makes sure that you don't have, like, if you make the lime wool, but then it still has the white wool and the lime dye. So you have 3 items left over and not just 1. And then basically, you're going to want to do control or command pick item, which is that, and you're going to get some NBT data. And that's basically just, you can copy the command inside. So just copy the command, and you're going to change it to your dye. Lime dye. That's what we named it before. And what you want to do is just make sure you have that tag and everything. See, okay, I have the wool tag. Check. See, I didn't change this yet, so lime dye. And, yep, see, there we go. So it should work now. Wool. And then 5. If it doesn't, then, okay, wait, okay, see? So that means we set the damage wrong for the summon item. And did we actually do that? Okay, no, the wool damage is 5, but we never changed it. So we're going to go into this block that summons the item, and see, the summon item, we thought it was the dye, or at least I did. If anybody else caught that, then good job, good eyes. So you're going to set this to 5 instead, and now it should work. Yep, see? So if you combine these two, you know what, 1 sec, lime dye, or just lime dye, and then white wool, like that, it'll create lime wool. And that is how you do it. I'm probably going to do one more just to get the gist of it and make sure this is set to conditional. It works either way, but this is definitely just better so that way you don't have to worry about this one activating before this one, or before that one, before the ones before it. And like, say if it's on unconditional, there's a chance that you could kill the two items before it even spawns the lime wool. And just set it to conditional. It makes it easier for a lot of people. It's up to you, but you should definitely add it. Okay, now we are going to go work on this purple one. Or actually, I've already set this up. This one, this is orange. Let's just see how well that works. Or let's do red, because that one's on right now. So, let's see. Red and wool. Okay, that's good. That works. Let's see if I did this one. Did I do this one? Okay, no. So let's see if I did anything wrong for the orange. Now let's see. So let's see. The wool damage is 1. So that means the damage of the wool when you summon the item is supposed to be 1. And right now it's set to 11. Not good. We have all the tags, so that's good. We have all the summon items, that's good. The wool doesn't really matter, so that's good. And, ooh, the tag. No. Orange dye. There we go. And just again, here, wool, that's good. The damage is set to 0, but we want it to be set to 1. Because that's the damage for when you summon the item. Or, actually, no, it should be wrong command block, sorry. It should be 0 on this command block. This is the second command block, and that's when you summon, or detect, the wool. And in the first one, let's see, let's just give the dye the proper tag. See? Nope, doesn't work. Orange dye. See, just set it to that. And so go through, make sure you have all your syntax correct. If you don't know what syntax is, that's basically just grammar for codes. And make sure you have all capitals where you need them, and capitals where you don't need them, or lowercase where you need them. And just make sure you have all the tags correct. If you have, if you close off your brackets, that's a big one. And if you remember the coordinates, and that's just pretty much all you need to do. All right, now you're gonna go into this block. It's gonna be a /execute again, and then this is gonna kill the item. We already talked about this for the lime, but make sure that you have all the tags correct. So right now, you have /kill the wool. That's good. You have that right. That's always going to be right if you have a template. But right here, /kill the orange dye. So that's definitely the tag. And just make sure you have the right damages for the wool. The wool's always going to be 0. But for here, no, it's going to be 14, I believe. Yeah, 14. And for the summon item, just make sure that okay, so it's set to 1. That's good. And now, let's see just how well it works. See? Yep, orange wool immediately. And that, my friends, is how you create custom crafting recipes. If you want to do something other than just dye and wool, then I will be doing another video on more tutorials, like such as if you want to add 3 items to create 1 item or more. And that's basically it. It's pretty simply put, just a basic process where you have to give 2 items or more a name, and then find that name later if they're together. And then when they're together, you're gonna create a new item and then destroy the old items. That's basically how it works. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something today. And if you didn't, that's okay. Just know that this process does work, as I just demonstrated. And for those of you who did get it, that's great. Good job. I hope you take this far and maybe impress your friends with it. If it doesn't work for you, I will put a video in the description. I put a video in the description. Yes, a link to the video created by someone named Dragon, who actually taught me, gave a tutorial where I learned how to do this from. and he has a video on troubleshooting if your commands never seem to work when you do it from somebody, such as me. And if that doesn't work, just possibly rewatch this video a couple of times. In the next video, I will make it a little bit more advanced for more beginners, such as like actually typing out the code. And I will also leave the commands in the description. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, and let's go for 10 likes on this video. And if you liked it, then please make sure to subscribe. And thanks for watching. Hope you learned, and have a good day.